I don't know why it gives me so much joy to have the music just to nail the post when the beat drops to have our logo pop up on the screen. But we nailed it that time, and it was right at 8 o'clock. Thomas, how are you doing? Happy podcast Thursday. Happy Friday Eve.
Happy Friday Eve. I just realized too, didn't even notice during sound check that we're matching today. We're in our
I got the
booths.
memo. I got the memo. Thank you.
Yeah, you saw the
Normally to read
bulletin.
my email, but it worked out today.
Oh, we made it. I'm excited. What a day. I got to watch you almost the majority of the day today with all your trial live crime coverage. That was wild, to say the least, especially with a little slot filler that was coming in, and incredible. I mean, I was glued to it. I usually like to kind of decompress a little bit between what I do throughout the day and then pre-podcast, but I was literally sitting in this chair just watching wide-eyed ready. Like, okay,
I've got things to do, but I cannot tear myself away.
yeah,
Something's going to happen.
it was awesome.
It was wild. Just man, what's with Georgia? I just Josh has been telling us, don't give Georgia a bad rap. It's don't judge us by the one trial. Well, you got two now that are they're really well. I guess three if you count the road rage incident, the Hannah one.
Well, and then you've got Melody Ferris in North Georgia, the whole burn pit pile husband thing. I mean, it's and that family had some weird issues going on. I mean, there was dad had the money, cut me off. By the way, I'm like 40 something and like my allowance is taken away and I'm angry. I mean, just a whole mess. But I just got back from Georgia actually.
Wait, how was it? I didn't stop.
They lost my golf clubs. It was a trip. So for those that have been following the last few weeks, my daughter's best friend had been staying with us for summertime, but it was determined, okay, time to go home, school starting and all that. And we didn't want to do the whole liaison, random person you don't know for the airline, fly the 15-year-old gal home and make sure they're safe, right? So I said, all right, I'll get on the plane with her. I'll fly her there. And then it just kind of worked out because I don't want to go all the way towards the East Coast and get on a plane an hour later and fly home. It's a long day. Our flight leaving was 6 a.m. Luckily, it's a small local airport, so it wasn't crazy to get up. But we got up at 4, got everything ready so we could get on our little shuttle by 4:45, get to the airport at 5 on a plane. So we do that, and it's great. Her luggage comes out, which was fantastic. That's priority one, right? And then I packed 2 bags, so my other one comes out and it's my clothes and toiletries and everything I need to survive. So that's great. And then I'm kind of looking towards oversized, luggage where it kicks out, but the flight behind us was still going and someone else's golf clubs got spit out on the main carousel. So I knew they should come out right where I'm at. Right.
Yeah.
And as I'm waiting, and then I bid farewell to her, and her parent at the time was there and took her home. So that was mission accomplished in that regard. So we're good there. A little stress checked off the box.
That was the main goal.
So that was the whole purpose. Get her home, get her safe, and make sure she felt comfortable and safe. And it was a great flight. It was a lot of fun. We had some fun chit-chatting and hanging out, and everything. Amazing kid. And so we I'm sitting there, and the little alarm for the carousel shuts it down. No clubs. So what's crazy, I go into the office, American Airlines, said, hey, here's bag tag, not here. Can you tell me? Pulls it up and says, it's at your origin airport. Here in my hometown still.
Nice.
So she goes, you got to go outside, scan the QR code, fill out the whole paperwork thing online, say if you're going to pick it up or if you want it delivered, and, technology. And I'm with technology, but I'm not all in 100% for everything. So I'm kind of
bad. It's passing.
Yeah, I'm a little befuddled. But I go, it's my local airport. It's small. I can call someone. I'm probably a human. I'll get on the phone. So I call and so yeah, I departed 6 o'clock this morning. My golf clubs are still there. It's what I'm being told by American here in the office. Yeah. The plane was too heavy, so we took them off and left them.
About that.
That's it. Like they didn't know.
How many clubs do you have? Do you have like all of the clubs?
My kicker was, you would have had to take 50 bags off the plane to equate to a few hundred pounds to make a difference.
I mean, you carry these clubs around on the golf course. I mean, it's in a carry bag, right?
No, I definitely take a cart. I do not walk. I refuse to walk on a golf course. But they're still not heavy taking them from the parking lot to the golf cart and what have you. It's not enough.
It's
Well,
not
and
like you
I
use a
know
fork.
this because when I travel, you got a 50-pound weight limit. So I try to make sure that one's low. So I put them on the scale that morning at the counter. It was 22.5 pounds. And you took that off the aircraft. I'm sorry. It's
And
not, no.
it's like, okay,
The other
now we're
thing that,
as if that would make the difference, right? It's like it just won't take off.
yes.
Too heavy. Got to leave the club.
And it's so the other thing that irritated me was because of our smaller airport, it only flies from our airport to Dallas. And then you get on a connector from there to go anywhere else you're going. It's the only place it goes, which it's a 2-hour drive. If they would have said before we took off, hey, sir, we had to take your bag for whatever reason, I literally could have deplaned and driven my car down and got to my connecting flight with my luggage. Or I could have had my wife go to the
Ubered
airport.
myself.
Anything I could have. Um, anyways, they did a great job. And there's only 3 flights a day out of this airport. So the next one is at 2:15 in the afternoon, which is 3:15 where I was in Atlanta, which means it's not getting there till, oh no, sorry, it has to fly to Dallas.
Mhm.
And then from there, the next flight was like 6:05 p.m. flying from Dallas to Atlanta. So I'm like, okay, awesome. And then plus the hour chit. So my stuff's getting here. So, anyways, the last pickup time, they have third parties that come and get the lost luggage and take them to hotels and all that. It's like, yeah, their last pickup is 10 p.m. I'm like, awesome. It shows the next plane landing at 9:55 p.m. So it's not going to be on the carousel until 10:20, 10:30. Oh, so they're like, yeah, it'll be here sometime tomorrow around lunch. That's the pickup window and what you have. And like, well, I tee off with a friend of mine I haven't seen in 13 years who lives in Florida, who is in Atlanta. We get to play. I tee off at 10 o'clock in the morning. Lunchtime doesn't work. And so I get a call. I took an Uber to a Walmart and a restaurant nearby, and I get a call from American. Oh, why are they calling me? Said, hey, Mr. Brook, we realized this is a hotel address you gave us. I said, yes, it is. I'm from out of town. Oh, we have a completely separate third party team for hotels that runs 24/7.
Oh, good.
So your stuff will get picked up. So I got to call at 4 a.m. that my luggage was being delivered in the lobby. And I got out of bed, threw on my clothes, ran into that lobby, and I hugged the delivery guy, the lobby lady, hugged my luggage and dragged it back to my room. And so besides being a little tired, we didn't miss a beat on the golf course. It was great.
So to be fair, you can't blame Georgia for that. I think
It,
Texas might be on the hook a little bit.
specifically, my airport in my town is 100% to blame, but it happened to me in Georgia, so I go it that way.
Okay, that
But
works.
someone said, I saw it, and it's very valid. Yeah, here we go. Camilla said, why didn't you just rent some golf clubs where the problem is where I was going? It's a facility that doesn't really rent golf clubs. They're not equipped that way. We were luckily enough, we got a favor called in to go play at a private country club where we're kind of nearby. They're not big on renting clubs at country clubs because their members all have their own clubs and things like that. They don't entertain many guests or visitors. So huge shout out to the golf professional there. When I got to my hotel, I called him to make sure I was going to the right country club in the morning, driving to the correct place, and that we're there. And then I said, hey, I don't know if I'll have golf clubs. And he said, I tell you what, are you a decent player? Are you this, that, and whatnot? And I said, no, I guess, I don't know. And he goes,
Former golf pro, yeah.
I left that out, but it's a weird question to be asked, but I just kind of muddled, yeah, decent player. And he said, you can use my clubs in the morning when you get here. So huge shout out to Eddie at Eagles Landing in Georgia. Phenomenal hospitality for an out of state guest that he'll probably never see again or anything. He volunteered up his equipment, and
That's
I
a
know
big
he
thing
had
for
nice
those
equipment.
that don't play. That's like a blacksmith saying, "Here, use my forge, use my tools."
100%. Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, it was great. I was like, okay, great. because if you play a lot of golf and you're a decent player, you want to use your own equipment. I mean, you don't borrowing, renting, doing something. It's not the same. You won't play the same. You don't hit. You really, it's a marriage between you and your equipment, especially on the golf course. So it's like still will get to go and play and see my buddy that I haven't seen forever. But I won't have my equipment, so I'll probably play poorly. The whole experience, I'll be mad. And then I'm still praying my luggage gets to me before I board my flight tomorrow.
Left in Georgia.
It's going to be left in Georgia when I go back to Texas. I mean, it was a big flop that turned out to be fantastic. American did great by getting it to me. So it's
That's awful.
yeah, that's what happened.
I don't know why I went with a blacksmith analogy, as if that would help people understand.
Good point.
For all you blacksmiths out there, this is what it's like.
Yeah, chat erupted with
watching the blacksmiths.
Chat erupted with, oh, now I get it.
Yeah, the tools. I get it.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, that is cool. That is awesome. I'm glad you got to meet up with your friend. I know that it was. I had my concerns about that trip, but no problems along those lines.
No, nothing came up about guardianship or this or any questions, and we can share a little bit about that now. So after last podcast, Scott and I stayed on afterwards, and we were chatting a little bit because my flight was that very next morning, and the whole concern was the fact that I was flying my daughter's best friend home, who is a minor, who's 15. So there's no correlation in names of anything. Domestic flights, 15, no ID is needed. So I'm booking all these flights and these connections.
If you had been stopped and questioned and separated, you would not be able to match the answers. You would not be able to give her background, favorite friend, animals, anything. It would have been terrible.
It would have been bad. And it was extra sketchy because I had to book a round trip for myself, but a one-way for her. So I'm obviously just dropping off a child, which is weird. I mean, everything.
Like a human trafficking blueprint.
It screamed it in all capitals. I mean, I was terrified of, okay, what might happen next? What questions are going to come? So I made sure I knew everything I could about her. I had her full name, her date of birth, I had a few favorites. I had family background stories because we actually stayed with them and their family in Georgia in October. So if they asked a few questions, I could give some, but it's not stuff enough that would be like blatantly, okay, that you're obviously in charge here. It would be, anyone might be able to look that up on Facebook or something.
Without going into details, though, you did everything right, and working with the parents and coordinating and everything. So
that was the big thing, having their information on hand to be able to share. And then I also knew if that were a concern, they would immediately pull the child aside and interview them, which that actually happened to my brother-in-law. They traveled to Belize not long ago, and as soon as they landed, they took all three of his kids back and interviewed them separately. Are these your parents? And they travel all over the world. First time it happened to him. So I knew she would tell all the truth and everything of, this is what I've been doing. This is where I've been. And so we'd have cooperating stories, and it would be okay. But yes, it was a concern for possible delays, missing a connection, just a nuisance and heartache for her if she was wound up in that mess. But no, all was great. We got welcomed with open arms everywhere we went. Everything was fine.
Probably the same when you fly a friend back to what is it, Alaska? Alaska here.
Yeah, this is Frank. Thankfully, her parents will be on that one, so we won't have to mess with it and gamble again. Yeah, Cheryl C. Great point. Forgot about that one. So my small little connecting flight from Wichita Falls to Dallas, we get off, and it was delayed 30 minutes, and that's probably because they were weighing the plane, removing my bag. So now our connecting flight is so short. So we're running, and we're in a little commuter terminal, having to run down all these hallways to catch a little tram to get to the main terminals to our big plane. And I start feeling my pockets, and I went, oh no. And I knew exactly what happened. On the plane, I removed my wallet from my back pocket, took it my front, and I mentally said, Thomas, don't forget to check for your wallet, because everything falls out of your front pockets in your car and everything, in the shorts I was wearing. And I went, oh, so I looked at my daughter's friend and said, hey, we got to turn around and go back. I don't have my wallet. So we go sprinting back the other direction through it, get to where the gate we came from, and they're shutting the doors and everything. And there's the flight attendant who helped us out, was walking away with her luggage. And I ran over real quick and said, "Ma'am, I left my wallet on the airplane." She left her little bag right there, ran over, opened the gate, ran down.
Jumped from the what is
Yeah.
it? She cleared the distance into the plane.
Yeah, the jetway dove in there, and the counter guy standing there like this, looking at me, and he goes, "You left your wallet?" Uh-huh. He goes, "Oh." So we're all looking through the glass door down the jetway, waiting to see her. And I look at my daughter's friend. I go, "The longer this takes is not good." Um, I said, "We can get you home. You'll be fine. But then I don't know what I'll do from there. So you're okay." And she turns the corner, start walking up the ramp, and we're all looking. And the guy goes, "I think there's something in her right hand. I think I see it. And I think I see, I can't." And then she gave the thumbs up. And we were, "Oh, thank you." So got the wallet. Then we sprinted just in time to get to our gate that had a little convenience store in front of it that had a travel little pillow, the little U-shaped
Oh, yeah.
ones. That
Mhm.
was like a rainbowed unicorn, because we needed to get that little girl a pillow for the longer flight. So we snatched it, paid for it, walked right on the plane to our seat, and off we went. So it was a day and a half. It was wild. Makes for good stories, but
Yeah,
holy moly, it was what
that's
a
awesome.
trip. What a
Following
trip.
along with the little updates we got from you were great. Like, this is not gonna end well, but it did. But it did.
It did. I
What
was
how did you
but
shoot on the golf course? How did it go?
good. I shot 76 and my buddy shot 75, I believe. Which we were pleased with because the greens were not in the best shape. So putting proved to be pretty difficult. A lot of bouncing of the ball. And going to a course that you don't know, that has a lot of trees and hills and turns and whatnot. So I was definitely happy with that score on that course, being there. And it was phenomenal because that part of Georgia this time of year is supposed to be 100 and awful humidity, but it was 81 degrees, breezy and overcast. It was a dream. So we literally hit the lottery with that quick trip. And we had enough fun too. It was no one really in front of us and no one behind us. 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. We couldn't believe that. So it was just, it ended up too good to be true. The way it started to the way it ended. And seeing my good friend, who it felt like we literally played golf just 2 weeks prior. We just hit it right off again. And he's a great guy. And it just, we were truly blessed to have the weekend that we had and how everything unfolded. It was incredible.
Really cool. And that was the same airline that lost your luggage though, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it evens out. It's not that they're amazing. They first they do something bad, then they do something good, sort of redeem themselves, but it's still like even keel. So
Like they saved their own bacon, is what happened. American
after first
Airlines.
losing it,
After losing it and then recovering it and getting it to me on time,
that's like fumbling the ball and then recovering it and gaining 2 yards, right?
yeah, no love, no loss.
It's a net win. Everyone's happy, but really you shouldn't have fumbled the ball.
But coach didn't need the heart attack in between that game. Like that's what
Someone
that's
still can be running laps in practice.
yeah, 100%. But
Yeah, all this talk of travel, I have not traveled a ton, especially internationally, and it makes me nervous. I'm a warrior, right?
same.
I don't know what you're drinking, but it's green because
Oh,
it
because you
disappeared.
can't see it. That's awesome.
So cool.
This this is Karuba Edelflower Red Bull Green Edition.
Nice.
Little pick me up. That's hilarious.
As I instantly need water and don't have any. Um,
Here, I've got some.
Thank you. My son just heard me. He's going to go fetch. I'm nervous. I worry about everything. Right. I need to double check passports. Visa, everything. I'm just scared to death that fly halfway across the world, land somewhere, and I've unknowingly committed a felony by wearing a blue shirt in the airport or something. I don't know.
Flip flops or
It's like how can you really be prepared for that?
yeah.
Turns out those fears are not ungrounded, and in fact, it's becoming very expensive to travel internationally, as countries are cracking down on tourists.
Yes.
Mainly European countries, from what I read,
Mm-hmm.
and Europe. For those who have never been there, tourism is a big part of what happens there. I mean, a lot of countries close together. There's a lot of travel. There's a lot of tourism. There's,
Yeah.
trains that go between countries and planes and automobiles and tunnels and all that. And it's something you do. And when you have a passport in Europe, it's very easy to go from country to country. It's a little bit different for us going over there.
Right. You can spend a week there and go through 5 countries, no problem.
Yeah, or a day, and
well, true, depending what part you're at. Absolutely. 100%.
so the concern lies in the fact that some of those countries are a little bit fed up, if we can use that term. They've trimmed their trees when it comes to tourists and some of the things the tourists are doing that's just doesn't rub them right. And so they've passed laws that make things illegal, send money way in for us. They passed laws that make certain things or probably honestly already illegal more illegal, meaning that the fine has been elevated.
Correct, because tourists not doing their homework and following the way they should as they arrive, just living their own life, right? It's all about cultures and respecting the culture you're visiting. And sometimes we just pack what we know and we go live the way we do, and we don't keep that in mind. And unfortunately, it's a big no-no in some countries.
Hot summer day, need to cool off. You're in Italy, jump in the canal, go for a swim. No, apparently that's not something they do there. A canal swim in Italy will cost you, let's see, what was it, $397 roughly? Is that right? I think that's about the right, close to that with the exchange rate and everything. You can't do that. So you're enjoying the good weather. You don't go for a swim. You dress. It's hot over there in Europe. It's hot. It's summer. You're headed down to a cool beach in, I don't know, Spain or whatever, and you hop in your rental car in your flip flops, and you get cited for driving with flip flops, which apparently the locals are just sick of. I don't know how they
driving in your flip flops. I'm tired of imagining your feet that I can't see.
Unless you get out of the vehicle, how do they know that was what you did? But
what about have you ever been to that? You've been to the Outer Banks, right?
Yeah.
And so let's say you're in your swimsuit, swim trunks, right? And then you mosey on into town after getting off the beach to go grab lunch, some tacos or what have you. That's pretty normal, right?
I don't know. I've done it. Is it a crime?
Well, in one of my trip to Destin, Florida, I think I lived in my swim trunks like the whole 8 days. That's all I did. But in these, in 7 different countries over there, you wear the bathing suit off the beach, it's $1,700 fine. So you got to change. Get in your parking lot and change right now.
You can buy a lot of outfits for $1,700.
A lot.
You pay that ticket one time, you have no excuse for if you do it again.
Yeah,
that is crazy. But I guess countries are trying to keep some of the culture they have, and I'm really worried because a lot of these young YouTubers, the travel influencers, I'm sure that's like a pet peeve, right? The selfie
100%.
We crack down on the loud in public. Americans get that complaint pretty much anywhere we go. I mean, they stand out. Even if you wear even if you like bought the clothes off a local, you're going to stand out if you're an American.
We're loud and obnoxious and no space. It's you and I actually covered the story. I almost included it in this one as an update, but there was no real update other than the young influencer that flew his plane to an island and landed without permission. So they locked him up. He's still there. And I think we covered that a month ago. He's still locked up on that island because he just flew there and landed and wanted to get some footage because there were some natives there that are protected. And they want to, keep the common society stuff away and out. And he just said, well, I'll land and check it out. And nope, still locked up.
We're still waiting for that video to be published.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I get it.
YouTubers who fly.
Oh,
can we transition a little bit?
I think that would be the most perfect one.
This anxiety. Oh my goodness. We cannot play this, obviously. But there's a YouTuber who got on the Sentinel Islands. Yes. There's a YouTuber who got himself a little, what do they call it? Powered paraglider. Is that what it is?
Paraglider. Yep. It's a little fan-powered parachute, basically.
You got like a weed eater engine and a big propeller on your back, and you're in a little, cloth seat and some
Mhm.
backpack straps, and you're attached to a parachute, and you sort of fly forward. It's a parafoil, paraglider type thing.
Yeah.
And so the wind lifts you up, and you just use the motor to fly around. Well, he was filming himself, I believe, from 3 angles.
Yes.
Um, and he was doing like a speed check on the wing, flying at 85 feet above ground level. And a lot of those wings, the paragliders, are not designed for speed,
No. They
especially
float. It's a
40,
parachute.
48
You
miles an hour forward with
Ugh.
cloth holding you up in the air. You can imagine what happened. It took what's called a collapse, where the wing sort of catches a little bump in the air and folds over itself. And suddenly, instead of having all this lift, you have gravity. And he fell 85 feet to the ground and landed on his back while filming. And if you've ever seen anybody have the wind knocked out of them, it's worse.
This is the one in the sounds of having the wind knocked out of someone gasping for air.
The moan, just like when he hit the ground.
Yes.
He did. He is expected to make a full recovery. I'm not sure if he'll, get back up in the air and fly again. But the video is now posted. You can Google it if you really want to watch. But you get 3 angles of this occurring, and like his last words is like 48 miles an hour. Oh, yeah.
Down we go.
Then it's a quick skip and a bump down to the ground level. So
yeah, those are extremely dangerous aircraft. I don't think they're considered aircraft, but that's back home where I grew up, they were fairly common. There was a few airports around, one specifically, I think Gillespie Field, which was small, and a lot of them would take out because we were on the fine line of being inland with some mountain ranges, and so scenery and flying around was just gorgeous. So there was a lot. And growing up loving aviation, my brother was big into it. My dad did some helicopter stuff with law enforcement a wee bit, but he was always advising me on things and that. And so we'd watch him and he said, son, if you ever do anything airborne, that's one of the most dangerous things in the world you can get on, because you're literally strapping a machine to your back, adding weight with just a parachute overhead. It's just a disaster waiting to happen, because if you fall, you're going to fall a little faster, and with spinning machinery strapped to you.
So I have a confession. I follow a YouTuber who does this, and his name is Tucker Gott.
He's good.
He's good. He knows his limits. He pushes some, but he
goes extremely high sometimes, doesn't he? Is that him?
Like can't feel my fingers type high.
Yes,
because it's so cold up here in the middle of summer. But he has participated in some cross country style races and things like that, and done some amazing stuff. But he likes to do breakdown videos of accidents, not because it's like, hey, look at this accident, but it's like, you guys, this is serious. This is what went wrong. This is what he did wrong. And so I'm sort of waiting for him to respond to this one. I'm sure he'd pick up on that one. He might do a live on that, but
yeah, he kind of breaks them down for an educational purpose, right? Because a lot of people follow him are into that same sport, and so he's, hey guys, check
it doesn't
this out.
require a license.
No,
as long as you can buy one or acquire one, you can fly one. That's basically the rules. It's like, if you're stupid enough to do it, go ahead. That's basically how the FAA looks at it. It's like, hey, Darwin, survival of the fittest. We'll let you try. So
it's funny you say that, because there's a single-seater helicopter kit that I'm looking at that doesn't require a license. That would be perfect for where I could fly it around to be. I really, really want to get it. So it's so yeah, Darwin Awards. Hey, dummy. That's
upgraded from the weed eater engine to the gas mower engine and a single rotor helicopter. Nice.
Yep, it's pretty cool.
Be careful. Be careful. I would rather, I don't know. I would rather do a lot of things than go up in a very small helicopter. I'm trying to think of the most extreme thing I'd rather do than that.
Would you rather skydive?
Oh man.
Or go up in a single bladed tiny helicopter?
I would do the helicopter for this reason.
Interesting. I didn't think you could.
There's a chance you can use auto rotate to land in case something goes wrong. So if the engine does go out, but if something goes wrong on your parachute, it's just
you got an emergency chute, and you're with an instructor.
I don't trust anybody. I just don't trust people with my life. I don't.
You're gonna trust the guy to install proper auto rotate on a kit copter
At
that
least there's a
probably doesn't even have it.
at
It
least
probably doesn't even have
yeah,
it.
work the collective and keep the rotor blade up and speed up, and you can probably go for a hard landing and survive it. But I'd rather do the helicopter than skydiving.
Interesting. I feel like most would pick skydive, but I don't know. To each their own, I guess. We did the indoor sky. Oh yeah, we already talked about that because we'd done it since. That was fun.
Yeah, I
It's
would.
reverse skydiving.
Would you rather work in the hot sun or in extreme cold?
So it's funny. I saw this one. And for those that don't know, we're interjecting would you rather again. It's back on the show. So we're plummeting right into would you rathers. If you didn't pick up on that, that's where we're going with it. I saw that one and I thought about it. Here's my catch 22. I've always said when it's really, really hot, you can still work on things. You can turn a wrench, you can bust your knuckles on a bolt, what have you. When it's so cold, you can't do anything like that. You got to bundle up. Everything slows down in life, you name it. And I live in both, right? It's 100 something here right now. It's miserable to be out there. We had the big Texas blizzard freeze 4 years ago with power outages, and it was just a nightmare. It was miserable. So I'm going to stick with the extreme heat, but I had a heat stroke last year, and that was terrifying. And now I struggle in the heat.
Yeah,
But being frozen and bundled up and trying to just get through life and daily things done, it's so stinking hard. So I'm gonna pick the heat, assuming before illness I'm allowed to duck out into the AC for a minute. That's why.
I'm I'm a cold fan. I'm a cold fan. Of course, that
Really
stems from ice fishing. I love
fair.
when I'd go ice fishing. Here's the rule of thumb, and I call it the rule of thumb because it's about my hands. You wear gloves if it's below 10 degrees. Anything above that, the gloves just get in the way and doesn't really matter. Your hands,
Yeah,
if you wear the right gear on the rest of your body, and you
you're
have the right
okay.
gear like a shack, you don't need gloves. You're reaching in the water a little bit, dry them off, you're good. I mean, the water's
Well, if you got a little shack and you're out of the elements, now do I get a mister and I get a
the
shade
Mr.
tent
Buddy.
in the heat? Like, do I get
Yeah.
do I get
But even if I'm not, as long as it's not windy, if you're just out in the open, drill a hole, kneeling on the ice, no
if it's
gloves.
windy, it's just
But
like
if you're gonna catch
knives.
fish, you need to, like reach in the water and help it out of the hole. You're not just gonna like just heft it up on the little 2 pound line. So
We should is Mrs. RA around? Should we ask if she
I'm
prefers
gonna talk to her to her
a,
about ice fishing.
a first date in the extreme cold ice fishing or in the extreme heat?
It was too warm to ice fish with her when I went out the first time because the ice was very quiet, and you want loud ice because that's when it's like expanding because ice water expands when it freezes.
Right.
When it's popping and making all the noise, it sounds like thunder when you're on the ice. That's a good sign. But when there's no sound, it's just turning to slush.
It's on
Just
its
wait.
way down.
Waiting for
Yeah.
I didn't tell her that when we were out there.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Now we get a much better option here. Would you rather lounge by the pool or out on the beach?
Ooh, I'm a beach guy, 100%.
Beach is great.
Although I spent last night at the Ironwood Golf Course, Country Club, and pool
At
because
the
my kids
pool.
were in the pool.
Saw the picture of you by the pool. That was good. To me, it depends on the beach, in the pool, and the season.
Mm.
Right? Like being from the West Coast, the Pacific's much colder than the Atlantic. So if you're talking October, November, anytime out there, the sun's out, it's beautiful, it's 72 degrees, but the water's 58. I mean, terrible for most people. I got used to it.
Must have got a wetsuit.
Yeah. But if you're in Florida, certain time of year, and it's much more warmer, it's more enjoyable. My thing is too, I grew up surfing and in it, and it's just, it's an ongoing battle of life, getting rid of the sand. I don't know how many remedies you come up with gallon jugs of water and a little tub. You get back to the car, you stand in the tub, rinse yourself off, get in here, dry there, sand. You still take a pound of sand home with you no matter what, in your
I just
ears,
wait
your
for
nose.
the car mostly.
Yeah, dump in the car. So the beach is cool because it's pretty. I get it. Really nice, fancy pools can be pretty, but that's a different outlook than nature. But as I'm getting older, I'm tired. I'm just going to stick with the convenience of the pool.
Man, you're missing out. You're missing out on all the metal detecting. There's very little metal detecting at the pool. You can
Well,
just
there is. It's probably illegal. You can't metal detect purses and stuff on lounge chairs, right?
yeah, that's true. You've got a point. That's right. Here's a fun one for you. Would you rather buy 10 things you don't need every time you go to the grocery store, or
Oh, that's me.
always forget the one thing you need when you go there?
Oh, but both of those are me.
You can do both.
Those are me.
Gonna have A and B.
I go to the store and I get most of what I need and a few extras. And then I get home and my wife says, "Hey, did you get the laundry detergent?" And I don't say a word. I just grab my keys off the counter. I turn around, walk right back out to my car, and I go right back to the store I came from. And the people go, "Forgot something again, huh?" I go, "Yeah." It's not like I do it one times all the time.
See, I've taken to when you go to the checkout. I prefer, as you know, I don't like the self
You love
checkout.
self checkout.
I don't love self checkout. I prefer to actually find a cashier, and I enjoy that human to human interaction, right? The
Okay.
talk. I like
Yeah.
to compliment them, make their day a little better, whatever. And most of them will ask this question:
Did you
Did you find
find
everything you
everything you
need?
need?
And that for me is like the clue. It's like, oh, I was here for a reason. Hold, please. I can either do that, or if I did, I like to answer truthfully and probably overshare. It's like, well, I just came here for, and at this point they don't care. Okay. They
8 gallons of milk and
I know it was a rhetorical question. They don't want an answer, but I'm going to
no.
share. They asked, and I'm going to share. And I'm like, yeah, actually just came here for ice cream. We've got this coming on, whatever. And I just talk. And I guess that teaches them not to ask the question anymore. But
That's
I
fair.
don't know why we go there.
I hit autopilot when they asked me that. Same phrase, same response every single time. "Hey, did you find everything you need?" And then some. That's all I say back with a smile, and I laugh, and
And
they
a few
go,
things I didn't. Yeah.
and they go, "Of course, every time." And then I realized, no, I didn't get everything I needed when I get home. But it's my thing. So here's a habit I have. I guess this is why, like you mentioned, the personal interaction with the cashier, the human to human and whatnot. When I had the job of working from home, it was a big shock for me because I went from a very, very socialized job to then sitting here in this very office all by my lonesome all day. So I changed my habits to going to the grocery store almost every day and shopping for what was for dinner that night because it got me out and seeing people. That habit now, even though I have a different job and I see people more often, has kind of held true still. So I know all the greeters. I know the little mobile shoppers that run around in their area. I know those people. I know them by name. And so I don't mind getting in and seeing all them and saying hi and then just going over to self checkout because I'm not buying a cart full of stuff. Literally, the little portable basket with 6 items is all I'm doing. So there's no line. I'm deet, 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 gone because I'm there every day. So it kind of mixes it up for me, I guess.
It's cool. And self checkout. Beep, beep, beep. I don't know. I've self checkout,
No,
whoever invented it, I understand it was a good idea at the time. I mean, the intention was there. I'm not a fan. And I become less and less of a fan, especially as I get harassed more and more over doing it and doing it right. It's like now I get faulted for your problems. Okay. Your stores have issues. You forgot to put this item's barcode in there. And now it's my fault that I don't remember how much it costs on the shelf.
I can't fight that. While we're on the hating of certain things at grocery stores, this is not on the agenda, but I want everyone's opinion. And if they face this or not, this is specifically at Walmart. They have gone to letting third-party companies advertise their services in the middle of aisles in Walmarts. Like for here, Reliant Energy. There's 3 people or a cell service or an internet provider. They're standing certain points in the aisle. So when you're walking through trying to get the things you want, "Good afternoon, sir. I got a quick question for you. Can I stop?" And they're wearing the suit coat.
Solar on your house. Are you
Who do you
interested in
use?
solar panels?
Yeah, who do you use for electricity? May I ask you, can I get? And it's been now that's one thing that I really want to say, Walmart, take them out of your stores. I'm there to shop and get things that I need, not to get because they will walk with you as you go. "No, thanks, I'm good." And they go, "Come on, I'm just asking." No, no, no. They already come to my door and knock. I already get emails and letters in the mail. I'm at the grocery store. I'm not there to talk electricity, internet provider, and it's the worst. So I had one today. I know where they are in our store, so I usually take the long way around and avoid it all. But today I came around the corner and there was one right there. He was hungry and waiting. And
You saw as soon as you round the corner, you know that you're the mark, right? He's like, "There's the guy." That's the
target.
guy.
Excuse me, sir. I mean, one yesterday was even all in my face, and I felt so rude because he's trying to shake my hand and talk to me, and I just said, "No, no, I'm good." And I felt rude for not shaking his hand and just saying, "No, thank you." But it's every single time. It's just annoying. It's over the top. It's not his fault. He's just trying to make a buck. But today
Got
I
a
lied.
suggestion. Keep going.
Reliant Energy. He walked up and says, "Hey, sir, how are you?" And I was cornered, and I was not in the mood to be rude. I was, Thomas, be nice today. You were rude yesterday. And he said, "Hey, one quick question. Who's your, who's your electricity provider?" And I completely lied. I said, "Oh, I couldn't tell you. I have no idea." He said, "What?" I said, "Yeah, my company just pays for everything, all utilities, gas, travel, everything. It's just part of my package deal that I signed up for, so I have no idea." And he just goes, "Oh, dog, respect."
Response to that.
Yeah, he gave me not a fist bump. He gave me the up high
Oh,
forearm bump thing.
the cross.
Yeah, he said,
Nice.
"Respect, dog," and then walked away. And I went, there's times where little white lies are okay, and that was one of them.
I like to use a little bit of truth and little lies, but let me first go with my suggestion. Here's Jen in chat. Okay, here's my suggestion. They want to talk to you, and you want to shop. There's got to be a solution where you're like, "Hey, I'm in a hurry. I'd like to talk to you. Can you come with me? Can you run and grab this for me?" And just, like, use them as your personal shopper, and like continue the conversation. Be like, "Hey, can you go grab me large Doritos, nacho Doritos, party size? Tell me more about your," and you have to follow up with like, "I'm interested. Tell me about what you're selling. Grab me, grab those chips first, and just send
I'll
them on
meet you
there."
by the bacon. Grab those, and I'll meet you by bacon. I'm gonna go
I would
here.
get everything you could possibly get in that cart and then walk away from it. Sorry, Walmart. You're gonna have to restock everything because somebody needs
Okay,
to learn that this is not right.
I need a GoPro, and I want to try this
I
and
bet
see what happens.
I bet you could get them to get a couple gallons of milk for you and a loaf of bread and some chips.
At least a little something. Although Walmart is so big on no filming inside, but enough, if I'm quiet about it, enough YouTubers get away with it to make it happen. If it's not
Nowadays,
obnoxious,
you've got the whole meta glasses. It's
that's what I'll do. Okay, I got to find a way to do this, and then we share it because I think that is brilliant. And if a lot of these sales guys that do this, they have great personalities because it takes guts to do what you do with in front of strangers all day long, right? Not all, but some are not the most respectful and they're not there. But a good chunk of them are. They have fun with it. They understand it. I think you could find one that would play along, be like, "I see what you're doing. Let's
you
do
might end
this."
up buying solar panels. Just
Yeah.
out of guilt because you're like, "Look, I put you through that. Sure, hook me up with whatever your deal is."
Now I feel guilty. Sure.
I tell you, I like to mix a little bit of truth in with my conversation when we have some of that. The one I'm brutally honest with is when they ask me, "Hey, how much do you pay for internet?"
Because you always want the best deal, right?
I say $850 a month, and they're
Oh,
like, "We could help you with that." I said, "I bet you can't. I bet you can't." Because here's how I need to use it, and this is what I need. And they're like, "Oh, you're right. Yeah, I don't have anything. I don't have anything like that." So yeah, it's good fun.
I've got my provider plus Starlink plus, right? I mean, that's your setup, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So
I
live
bet
view.
you can't. That's kind of fun, but you're still having to sit there for 5 minutes and have that conversation and answer
Like,
questions that you know the answer to already.
they're wearing an AT&T shirt and they want to tell me that they can. I know that they can't sell me T-Mobile internet packages, and I have one, and I
Right.
need one that works for both AT&T and T-Mobile and Verizon, and all the different companies at the same time. So they can't get it. My pet peeve is when they ask where I get my hair. Okay, Stacy, this leads right into another story we wanted to talk about today. This is a great transition.
Might have been an intentional highlight here.
Okay, next story. Thanks, Thomas, for finding these. These are great, by the way. There is a breakthrough when we're talking about personal care.
This is not a breakthrough.
This is revolutionary. Uh, for so many years, we have been doing it wrong. We've been doing it wrong. We get up in the morning and we grab our toothbrush and our toothpaste, and we brush our teeth, and we wonder why the enamel on our teeth is, not holding up. And apparently we're using the wrong brush. We should be using the hairbrush in our mouth, and I guess the toothpaste on our head. I'm not sure. They haven't talked about that part yet, but I'm sure maybe. They have discovered that there is this chemical, I think it's called creatine, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's in your hair
In your hair.
that actually builds up tooth enamel. So
Hair and toothpaste.
next time you go to the dentist, he might prescribe a hairball. I don't know. I don't know how that gets applied. Keratin,
Toothpaste,
not creatine.
keratin. Yeah, that's right. Toothpaste made out of hair could be on shelves in 2 years. Scientists say it's the secret. No, it's no secret.
I cannot use toothpaste if there's a hair on it, let alone if it was made out of hair. It's like you burn the whole tube at that point. It's like there's no coming back from there.
Toothbrush in the trash, new one out of a package going in. I mean, between 2 cats, 5 dogs, and everything else, and I live with, it's all women house here. It happens every once in a while where a hair shows up on my toothbrush, and that's the most uncomfortable thing in the world. But my dogs sound like someone's trying to break in the front door. I'm going to run downstairs real quick and see what's happening.
All right. So, chat, I've got a would you rather for chat here right now as Thomas goes and dispatches whatever. It's probably just like an Amazon delivery, honestly. Well, don't go anywhere. We want to see how this ends. We could be witnessing a Crime Stoppers in progress. Let's see. Would you rather wear the same socks for a month or the same underwear for a week? If you have to choose one or the other. Let me tell you, the right answer is socks. So there's no other answer there. There's no other good answer there. So I'll spoil that one for you. Here's a good one. Would you rather, as the socks is coming in, hands down was the winners. Are we watching the same trial tomorrow? Hope so. Yes, I think we are, Julie. We are for sure. I think it's going to be a short trial. I think it's a short case. We're still trying to figure out from the court is impossible to get information from. We're trying to see how long the trial is slated for. We also have, we've got a big trial starting with jury selection next week. I think even though it's a murder trial, it will be fairly quick. So here's the next question. Would you rather have to sing along to every song you hear or have to dance to every song you hear? I'm quiet as I'm waiting for your answer. So there's only so many times you can turn your underwear inside out. I'm looking for I can't find my mouse to put your comments on the screen. There we go. Let's see. Socks as I wear them. Why is this not working? What if you go commando? You must be Scottish. Sing because my knees hurt too much. Dance, says Scent Bunny. Both sing and dance, says Camille. A couple of you are musically inclined. I haven't heard any loud either gunshots or yelling from Thomas's end, so I'm hoping everything's going well there. I'm getting nervous. Should I text him? How long's the appropriate time for us to wait before we call the local police for Thomas? Let's see. Let's do another would you rather. Some of these are so gross. I can't even think about it, let alone read it. Would you rather, this works because we just watched a trial where we talked about horror stories. Would you rather watch nothing but Hallmark Christmas movies or nothing but horror movies? If it was just straight Freddy Krueger or Mr. Kroger's Christmas, if it was one of those two, which would it be for you? Oh, good. Thomas, we were nervous. I was about to make a phone call. phone Brian
Oh,
and say, "Hey, can you run down and check real quick?"
yeah, I don't know. It's one of our dogs specifically only barks the way she was when there's truly a stranger out the front door, like FedEx or someone like that, or if the pool guy shows up in the backyard, because our doors are pretty transparent. And they were at the back door to the backyard, which is pretty secure. Ran out front, pool guy's truck's not there, no one. Ran through the backyard, couldn't find anyone. One side's locked, so I thought maybe he got cornered over there. Didn't see anyone. And then I went out to the front yard and they went back to the back door, barking again, like someone's trying to get in. So I'm winded because I just did 3 laps around the house and didn't see anyone unless I jumped on the roof and I ran underneath them. So I have no idea. But it's
They're still barking.
the ones that bark at a fly are at the moment, but the one that's on stranger danger alert, she's relaxing at the moment. So I don't know. That was very strange. So
Weird. Okay.
yeah.
I just asked Chad a question if they'd rather watch nothing but Hallmark movies, Christmas movies, or nothing but horror movies.
Oh
And
man, that's
of course,
tough.
most of us are true crime fans, so the answer would not surprise you. They're like, give me the blood and gore any day, right?
That's a tough one. Because you know me in Christmas. I've been promoting Christmas in July that whole
But I
time.
also know you in Halloween, so
Love Halloween. I think I would take horror movies because if I watched nothing but Christmas Hallmark all the time, it would ruin Christmas for me.
okay. So I have a confession. I can't watch horror movies. I would pee my pants. I get it.
Really?
The music. I get so nervous watching a horror movie. I can't do it. I originally there was a time when I carried a concealed weapon, personal defense, license, legal, everything,
Yeah.
all the time. And my excuse was I don't want to watch horror movies because the jump scares slow my actual reflexes in real life. I'm training myself not to jump because it's going to happen in the movie.
Right.
I'd like to be ready to go in real life. Should it
100%.
actually occur and a zombie jump out of nowhere? But I don't have that excuse anymore. So
It's funny you say that. On that flight to Georgia with my daughter's friend, she made mention of the Final Destination movie. And of course, like brilliant movie to bring up when you're traveling, airplanes, this and that. Well, we stumble across broken down escalators that half the steps were ripped out and torn, and you could see down into the bottom that looked like a crazy metal gobbling machine that could tear anything apart. I mean, you name it. Our plane is delayed. All this stuff's going on, and she's funny. She keeps mentioning Final Destination. I'm like, no, 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 no.
I'm just going to sit here on the tarmac for a little while. They're going to fix a little problem with one of the engines. Well, actually, both of the engines on the plane. That shouldn't be a problem. We'll be up and going in no time.
There's a logging truck on the freeway on the way to the airport right in front of us. I mean, you name it. There's all. I'm telling her, I'm like, don't bring this up. But here's my deal. I do like a good horror film, but when they get too out of touch and out of realm, where I know like that could never happen. That's not gonna happen. I can't get into it. I don't get involved, and I'm not really geared in and liking it. So that's why I don't. Well, what's the big one you guys make fun of me about? The big sci-fi that everyone in the world has seen.
Star Wars.
Star Wars. That's why I can't get into it. Because if I can't put myself there in it, it's too fake. I'm out. I'm not buying.
The jump scare from Verdict music is too much for Stacy, I think. So, it's pretty good. I mean, it's like it comes out of nowhere, right?
It's
is. Like, boom! It just hits from the get go.
And it's amazing Verdict music, by the way. You picked such a good track. It's fantastic.
Your Final Destination is on fire. Highly recommend, says Stephanie.
I haven't seen that one. I need to.
I can't. It's yeah. Speaking of things that we've talked about before, like Star Wars, we've also talked a lot about Guinness Book of World Records.
Yes, David Rush, our guy. He's a staple. He's a staple on this show.
It's pretty much going to be the book of David Rush records here soon because he's going to hold them all, or at least all the ones that matter. He's back in the news again because you guessed it, he set another record. Yes, smashing his previous record. And this one you would never guess what he did.
Didn't believe it when I saw it. How is that a record? Like, come on. When does Guinness say we're not dealing with silly stuff like that?
You get David Rush and 3 of his best friends who are all hungry, and you hand them a toothpick each and a plate of baked beans, and you have a stopwatch. This is literally the rest. This is what they did. And you've got the guy from the Guinness World Records with the stopwatch and the clipboard. He's like, ready, go. 4 men eat beans with toothpicks to break a world record. And he teamed up actually with a fellow YouTuber to do this. And in 3 minutes, they took on the record for the most baked beans eaten with a toothpick by a team of 4. I guess because there's different subcategories in this number of beans eaten by a toothpick. I imagine there's larger teams and smaller teams and individuals, because David holds the individual record. And honestly, he pretty much carried the bulk of the 4-man team. He was the carry, is what they call it.
He was the beans.
Yeah, he had all the beans. So in that 3 minutes, he set both the original record with or the individual record, which broke his previous record. So 311 beans in 3 minutes, which is, more than a bean. Well, it's more than 100 beans per minute. So let's see, 60, 100. You can do the math. It's like it's a lot of beans on a toothpick. I think the toothpick must have been like a special toothpick, right? Because if you're stabbing beans that much, you're pretty much going to dent it. And after a while, the toothpick uses its.
They're baked beans. They're soft.
I think he's got like a secret toothpick. I mean, it's probably not tapered. It's probably like a round one, or I don't know. I'll have to ask, because I actually checked with Thomas to see if he was interested in maybe trying to beat one of these records, because I think we could.
I think we could too.
I'm not sure about the beans one. It's probably the one that is most likely for me to attempt to try on my own without anybody watching, just to see if I'm a contender.
I can get close.
But
that would be the nicest thing we've eaten on stream in a long time.
Would
some baked beans and a toothpick?
Yeah, and give me some toast afterwards, and we could call it breakfast.
Fantastic. Yeah. Take you right back to Norway.
London.
Yes.
But the team had to beat 429. They managed to eat 559. So the bean bar has been raised significantly to a new Heinz, or a new height. Excuse me.
Very well done. Very well done.
But
that's it.
No beating around the bush there. Go ahead.
Bush's baked beans. He's killing it.
You're all
I wish David Rush would take an interview, and so we could ask the question of, you come up with the most obscure things to break records for. Where did the ideas come from? I mean, I forget the other ones off the top of our head, but you and I thought about it and have talked. So we could probably do that one, but who wants to do that one? I mean, why?
Yeah, you get the record because no one else has thought of doing that before.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. So I would love to talk to him, but he's all over the media and everything, and we just don't have the budget to have David Rush on Not Relevant podcast. But we'll see him in the media again. He's there every other week. I mean, the dude definitely doesn't have a job.
I think the best way to get his attention is to break one of his records.
So we need to do it,
and then
break the record, and then hashtag Hey David Rush.
Bring it.
Try to beat our record live on
the podcast.
Wow, we've got big dreams here.
This is a new height for the beans, or for the podcast. Excuse me. Still thinking about the beans, because that's probably going to be the most likely one. But
I wonder what they'll think of next. What's the next one going to
be? How many world records have been broken on a live podcast before? Probably none. So if we invite him on the podcast, and we secretly have how many records have been broken on a podcast, live podcast, even if he beats us, we get the record for having a record broken on a podcast, and either way we win.
I like it. And we can go, not even tell him, but just go, haha, we actually got you. You ate 2,800 marshmallows in 22 minutes, but we're the first podcast to host someone that broke a record. And you, David Rush, don't have a podcast, so you can't break that record.
And yes, somebody will beat us the next week, but nobody else can say I was first.
True. They couldn't take that from us. That's so innovative. That's so
I'm always planning, looking out for our future.
it's coming to a show not soon near you.
Speaking of the future, speaking of the future, let's move on. Couple stories. I'm not sure which way we want to go. Either Vegas or online.
I think Vegas because
Vegas.
it's the future. Have you been to Vegas? You have with your job, your sales
I
job.
I used to travel there regularly, and basically my job was to go down and take people out to dinner. Which, it's a tough job when the company's actually, I had to put it on my credit card and then I got reimbursed, but I'm not getting reimbursed $3, $4, $5,000 a month of just, I took people out to dinner for all this. And basically I just ate good food for a long time and nodded and smiled. And then people just kept buying from me what they were already buying from me. And my boss was happy. So it was fun. But I did at one time stay at a hotel called the Golden Nugget.
Okay.
Which is the oldest hotel in Las Vegas. I normally don't like staying at hotels on the Strip or casinos,
not these days,
unless I'm people watching. But this was for a convention or something, and we ended up staying there. And I don't remember if the hotels were good or bad. I think they've updated stuff over time. It's not like you're walking into oh man, this place looks like it was built in the 1950s. It doesn't feel like that.
Right.
But the Golden Nugget is updating their casino floor. They're getting rid of people.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Not all the people though, just the ones that they have to pay to be there.
They're not taking people out as they walk in. It's
Another one. I know they're getting rid of their dealers. They're going straight to electronic
gaming. No more live table games. Off they go. I'm surprised it hasn't happened before, but I guess I'm a little shocked that the oldest one in Vegas isn't going to hold true to some of how it started and keep a few, because I'm willing to bet there's a few folks there that have been there for decades.
Oh yeah, like careers. My granddaddy wore the first green visor in Vegas. You've got those guys who were their claim to fame. But AI dealers.
No, it says electronic gaming. It doesn't reference AI. So I know a lot of, not a lot, there's only a few local casinos to us just across the border. There are like roulette. You can go sit down at the table. It's all electronic. It's a screen with the wheel going, and you put your card over a light and stuff there. So there's not a robot dealing cards or anything like that. It's a machine. Robots are machines,
super
but
disappointed.
It's
got that realistic human robot thing.
Yeah. Which I don't trust casinos and gambling anyways. The house wins. I mean, their lights are on for a reason. But when you go all electronic on roulette, I can see a ball bouncing on a wheel and doing goofy things. When it's on a TV screen just spinning and a pretend ball of pixels is moving around, how do I know there's not something on there that's pre-programmed to make, okay, all the weight on the table is towards red, and then make sure this is a block number? I mean,
it's like, you know what? I watch very closely, and the ball bounced the exact same place as it did last time the wheel was spun. So,
right.
This is a video I'm watching. It's not realistic. Yeah, I think there is an element of fairness if you can consider that. Thank you, Ed. I was asking for clarification. I wasn't going to.
Thank you, Ed.
So many jobs in Vegas. I mean, so many opportunities to really,
especially in Vegas. Oh, Red. Oh, I can't wait to see you in Mod Chat in a minute and how that comes around. Oh, we've all done it. We've all been there. But I don't know. I was talking to my wife the other day, and when you reference inventions and innovation and everything, and I was just saying probably over the last several decades, the erasable dry board has to be the most remarkable.
It's amazing. It's amazing. We should celebrate. We should do something. Maybe plan a outer space party. You know how to do that, right? You plan it.
You plan it. That's it.
I butchered the delivery on that one. I'm sorry.
No, it was good. I just whiffed on it. I like it. Which that going down a similar path. Biologists have crossed a watermelon with cauliflower. Yeah. And people who eat the new variety, they get a sense of sadness, which is known as melancholy.
Well,
Cheryl C., I hope you're happy. She asked for some dad jokes. You're getting them, and the fans are throwing tomatoes.
yes,
We got to
they
do
are.
it every show. We have to.
We've had a case this last week with a liar, a habitual liar. But the one thing worse than a liar is a thief, and it's somebody who just takes stuff all the time. If you've been around one, they call them kleptomaniacs. I refuse to explain anything to a kleptomaniac because they take everything literally.
I take everything literally.
That's
Very
it.
well. Very well.
That was our cue. The tomatoes are flying. I'm ducking. So
Someone asked if that is my grand piano back there. It 100% is not. This is a green screen. It's a random filter I found. Let's see if I can hit my. No, it doesn't move. But
I do like that picture. Is beautiful. I mean, just the whole layout, the feng shui, the parallel lines there.
they did good.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, they have so much in common. It's a shame they'll never meet. But
He's still going. He's
still going. All right, you guys. It is Friday Eve. Thank you very much for hanging out with us tonight. You better leave. Yes, people are telling me to log out. Start the music. It's going. I promise. Thomas, it's been a lot of fun hanging out with you. I'm glad you got a great experience in Georgia, or at least you lived through an experience in Georgia. It's been worse for others. So, welcome back. Plans
Glad
for the
to be
weekend?
home. Glad to be on the podcast. I am playing at a small school district fundraiser Saturday morning, bright and early. And that's kind of it. The biggest one. What am I forgetting? Oh, my daughter's Sweet 16 is tomorrow. So we've got some action there. Shout out
Happy birthday to young Miss Weatherwatch.
to Junior Weatherwatch. Yeah.
Miss Junior Weatherwatch. I don't know what we call her, but happy birthday
either.
fans.
I don't throw our name out there, so I don't know either, but
we'll think of something.
Excited.
I'm actually starting a new project tomorrow. This is not a joke.
Another bathroom, or
No. I expect to start and finish the project tomorrow, which is a first for me. I'm going to paint the bottom half of the stairs. I've already painted the top. There's like a chair rail that runs up the stairs. I painted the top. I'm going to paint the bottom. It's been 2 years since I painted the top, so I figured I'd finish that one.
Okay.
So wish me luck. We'll see how I do on Monday.
I think they're going to have some questions in chat tomorrow, but I'm excited. Anyways, thank you all for tuning in, watching. Again, we say it every week, but it's true because we mean it. We love Thursday nights. It's a good palate cleanser. We like to hang out, just enjoy our time, specifically being with you guys in chat and getting to collaborate in that regard. So hope everyone has a great Thursday evening and enjoy your Friday and coming weekend as well.
Yep. Guys, it's been a lot of fun. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.